Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining our in-service meeting today. We'll be discussing effects of hearing loss on learning. So my name is Mary and I am the educational audiologist here at school. So I want to take a few moments for us all to introduce ourselves, explain how you serve Megan, and tell us if you have any prior experience of students with hearing loss. Great, so now we're going to pass out some pre-in-service surveys. Just take a few moments. We're going to take a few moments to just fill those out. Whenever you finish them, if you could just hang tight, and we'll have you drop those off in the box by the door. So now I'm handing out the handout, which is a very useful thing. It can be great just if you have any notes that you want to take during this in-service meeting, or there's one activity where we're going to have some space to fill some things out. So, yeah. Alright, so next we have an overview of Megan's hearing. So I just want to emphasize, and I know it's all very well known here, but how critical it is to hear in the classroom for learning. So any degree of compromised hearing will negatively impact a student's communication, learning, and accessibility to information. Other factors might be motivation, language level, history and type of hearing loss, use of technology, and environment. All right, so now we're going to start that activity I was mentioning earlier. It is called an unfair spelling test. So I just want you guys to try your best, and you're going to get a bit of a sense of what it's like to have some hearing loss. Okay, great. So I would love for everyone to take out their handout and check out the unfair spelling test underneath. There is 1 through 5, so we're going to start with number 1. I want you to listen for what you hear and write that down. Give it your best shot. It might be kind of hard, but you're going to do great.
Word number 1, who. Word number 1, who. Word number 2, who. Word number 2, who. Word number 3, mall. Word number 3, mall. Word number 4, wall. Word number 4, wall. Word number 5, wall. Word number 5, wall. Word number 6.
All right, so how do we think we all did? Okay, so the main point of trying this unfair spelling test is just to get a sense of what Megan would experience in the classroom if she did not have her hearing aid. What I'm really just trying to do is point out that there is an issue of fatigue when a student is working so hard to understand information in the classroom, and it's so difficult. And it's just another barrier to the information. So thank you all for doing that. Let's move on. Okay, so right now what we are looking at is an audiogram of Megan's, and I want to try to make sense of this a little bit. So -10 to this 20 here that's just kind of in our range of normal hearing, okay? And see, Megan is dropping way down. So her hearing is normal, and then she's really losing out a lot. So based off this audiogram, it appears that the loss is related to noise exposure. And this is why it's so important to have Megan wearing her hearing aids and using those FM systems in the classroom so she can have information just like her fellow classmates. So if you remember what Megan's audiogram looked like, this it applies here. This is a speech banana, okay? So over about halfway in the middle of the speech banana, right above you see that PHGCHKSHFSTH on the right side of the audiogram. And Megan doesn't have access to any of that based off what her audiogram is showing us. She definitely gets some back wearing her hearing aid, and also using the FM system. So that is super important that she's using these technologies in the classroom so she can follow along. So Megan wears bilateral hearing aids. So what that means, she wears hearing aids on both ears. And she's also using her FM system. So without a hearing aid, I just want you guys to see what a conversation is going to sound like for her without hearing aids. Alright, so this is a really neat website. They do simulations of what hearing loss sounds like. So I'm going to play what normal is, so what you and I are probably experiencing if you don't have hearing loss.
Hi, Hedley. How's it going?
Good, Grandpa.
What'd you do in school today?
Well, one main thing is that me.
So I just want to point out, down here there is some captioning going on, and notice how it's all in black. And then now that we're going to go over to severe, and this is what Megan will experience for really high-pitched noises. And I want you to notice how some of these words all of a sudden are fuzzied out. You can't necessarily see them. So this is essentially what she is picking up in this conversation, okay? So good, doesn't hear anything. Grandpa, all she's hearing is the A's, the ahs. Okay, so now we're going to take a little listen to what Megan will experience without her hearing aids on. Alright, so I think you guys get the point. Megan's basically missing out on the entire conversation. It would be very, very difficult to truly understand what's happening in the conversation and staying up with that, okay? Okay, so now this is just another quick snippet of some sound, and this is a rock band playing, and I just want you guys to listen to what it would be like for Megan without her hearing aids on if she were to go to a concert. Okay, so notice how you could hear those really low-pitched noises. Those were evident, but not much else. Okay, so now let's discuss classroom accommodations for Megan. So typical barriers for the classroom are going to be noise, just that could be distracting, distance in between her and the speaker, so that could be the teacher, another classmate speaking and answering a question, or really anyone else in the room that could be far away and maybe she is not able to see their face and speech read. And also reverberation could be a barrier. So technology helps, but it is not a cure. So there is a reason that we have these 504 accommodations, because they allow Megan to access auditory information in the classroom. So she can experience or get close to experiencing what her classmates are. And I just want to revisit that unfair spelling test. It's so important that she's using these technologies because it truly is fatiguing for a student to try to learn when they have a severe to profound hearing loss. And before I forget, I did want to answer give answers for the unfair spelling test, if anyone's curious. So number 1 was shoe. Number 2 is tree. Number 3 is math. Number 4 is desk. And number 5 is snack. Okay, great. All right, so I would love to leave you all with remembering or something to try in the next 24 hours with Megan in your classroom. So those 3 points are learning what works and communicating effectively with each student. So every student is going to have different preferences, so this could be a great time for some open communication with Megan and asking her and just creating that relationship, knowing what works great for her. But besides that, 3 key points are being close to the student or Megan, and in her visual field so she can see you. Second is speaking clearly. When anyone is using the FM device, it's really just going to help her and everyone else in the classroom. And lastly is showing your face to the student when speaking. So, yep, just staying in that visual field. It's so important for her to be able to read lips and also just look at expressions on your face, body language. It all plays so much into communication. And it's just going to help Megan. All right, so a few follow-up activities we will do in the future are, I'm going to send you guys a video from the Hearing Aid or FM company website, maybe just a quick demonstration of how to turn it on, how to turn it off, and just some troubleshooting help. Also, excuse me, I will be trying to set up a time with you all to help out with her morning routine. And lastly, maybe trying out a classroom visit or observation time, just seeing how everything is flowing in the classroom and working out for me. And yeah, I'm always available. If you ever want to reach out, please do. I definitely want to help so we can get Megan access to communication and keeping up those great grades she has. I plan to be in touch in the next week or so, and we'll have these follow-up activities in a few weeks. All right. So, any questions? Okay. All right. So now we're going to fill out a quick post-in-service survey. I'm going to hand those out to you all, and please return the pre-in-service survey and this post-in-service survey. I know it's a lot, but I super appreciate it. If you will, in the box by the door. Thank you so much all for coming today. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to working with you in the future. I know you all have so many skills, and you're very capable of helping this student be so successful in all their future. So thank you so much again. I hope you all have a great day.